Hey guys, welcome to Last Movie Standing, and welcome to a video I've wanted to do for quite a while. Video probably won't get that many views, but it's something I wanted to do for myself. Because, do you guys remember y'all's very first personal movie collection? Now, most of us grew up, VHSs in our house, but it was like a family thing. Like the family owned it. Yes, we had our own movies that we loved, but they were for everybody. But for me, I grew up, I was a skate kid. Always have been, always will be. Like, got it tattooed right here. I love skateboarding. Skateboarding was a massive part of my life. Now, not so much as I'm older, but I've just, it's not even just a nostalgic thing. It's just like a way of life for me. And it's taught me so much. And I attribute that to my creativity and wanting to be a filmmaker and everything. And I'll get into that stuff later, but skate videos were my very first own personal physical media collection that I've ever owned. Like, they were mine. Nobody else watched them, And it was, back then it wasn't like, oh, I want to collect everything. I'm a physical, like, back then it was just like, if you want to watch it, you got to own it. This is all pre-internet. You could really only buy this in skate shops, back in the day, or very small certain places only. There's like two stores. There was like CCS, Active Skate Shop, a few other ones, but they're not like as widely as available they are now. And I want to go through these. So us as physical media collectors, we really love like the whole boutique box set, like really creative packaging. Well, something I didn't even realize until like probably this year was how crazy good skateboard video packaging was, and how it was ahead of its time, and how we're begging for that for studios, but skate brands were doing it back in the day. And it's just like, some of it will blow your mind how good this packaging, and you're like, damn, I want this for my favorite movie. And this is a little skateboard movie, So I'm gonna start off with like probably one of the greatest skate films ever made, Fully Flared by Lakai. Like, I got the regular DVD. Amazing artwork. I actually like this artwork more. It comes in a clear case, nothing too crazy, but I mean, you get stuff with it. But I recently like upgraded to the Blu-ray, because not many skate videos come in Blu-ray. It's very rare. I think I maybe have maybe two in this whole pile that are Blu-ray. And this one's Blu-ray, except this one's weird because the Blu-ray is like, the Blu-ray is not the actual film. The Blu-ray is just like a different version of the film, which is kind of weird. But look at this Aero style boutique box. It's like this chunky box that we all love. It comes with the movie and a really cool booklet, actually. Ooh. Of things that, behind the scene photos, editing stuff, like just really cool booklet to own. But this is a 3-disc case. The 1 disc is in there. Bro, this is dope. This is stuff boutiques don't even do. Like, this packaging. One fun thing, and this ties back to filmmaking, Spike Jonze. Are you familiar with Spike Jonze? He did Her, Where the Wild Things Are. Very interesting filmmaker. He owns this skate company, or he got started in skateboarding and still is a massive part of it. He owns like Girl Skateboards, I think, or is part owner. And the opening scene to this, the opening credits are like some of the most amazing visual things you'll ever see. Like, they're skateboarding and things are blowing up. Like, Spike Jonze directed the opening to this, and it's so good. But this packaging like blew me away. Especially like collecting more movies and talking about movies. I'm like, look at these little skate videos back in the day. Now I can't get this. Dope. But I think the very first skate video I ever owned, this was like 90s, yo. With a VHS of Tony Hawk's The End. Birdhouse's The End. And look at this VHS. This was like one of the first ones I owned that actually had like an opening slip thing for it. It's so dope. But this one, I think, has a DVD right now, but the DVD is like super expensive, which is stupid. But this movie's only 35 minutes too. Like most of these are all short. But this was like my very first one, and one I will never give up. Like, I absolutely love this. Another one, this was just a promo video. This was like a teaser for the real video. Was Decca, is sneak preview. This was basically just day one song, like a showcase with him. It's literally just a trailer. Like, how long is this? This is super short, to be honest. I don't even know how long it is. It says full-length video coming this summer. Just a teaser. But it comes with this dope-ass yellow tape. Like, come on. Come on. Packaging, you know, with the orange font. Like, dude, they really thought this shit out, you know? I don't really have that many VHSs still with skate tapes, but Audio Footwear's One Step Beyond. I was a huge Kenny Anderson fan. Kenny Anderson was like, his shoe, he had one of the most popular, one of my favorite shoes growing up, and I wish they would bring that back. You know, I'd buy it just to have on the shelf. But some of my favorite skaters, Tony Hawk, Bam Margera, back like when he was, I think this was before he got big on Jackass or around that time. Like, Bam Margera was huge in this. Jeremy Ray, Chris Markovich. That's a deep cut right there. My favorite skate video of all time is S. Minik Madi. Like, this is hands down the greatest skate film ever made in my eyes. This was kind of my introduction to Eric Costin. Back in the day, it was like his prime. Like, S's were my favorite skate shoe ever. Like, I would only skate S's. I was a huge S fanboy. ES stands for Enjoy Skateboarding. Their company is called S. But I love this movie so much. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. They released these sneakers in commemoration. I think it was like the something anniversary or something. But they re-released these. Don't wear these. These are just display, like, old school, like, fucking love these. And they're not really that comfortable anymore, to be honest. This was back in the day when skate shoes were, like, really fat. But I bought these just because I love the movie so much. These are like $100 shoes. I don't know how much they go for now, but at the time they were like $100. Never wore them. Or I may have worn them like 2 or 3 times, but the fat boy shoe, I kind of got out of that phase in my life, but I love how they're coming back. It's fucking awesome. But Minik Madi, We Are Blood. This is now a lot of these, some of these could be considered documentaries to at the same time, but We Are Blood, probably one of the last like newer ones I bought. This is from 2015. This is a Blu-ray. Great packaging. It's got this like foil right here. You can kind of see it's kind of come a little undone. I've had this for, you know, since 2015, but really dope packaging. You'll see this style a lot in this video with skateboard packaging, but it's even got a little card on it, which is super dope. It says skateboard packaging, just better than what we get for studio. Even some boutiques, it's just absolutely amazing. But if you haven't seen We Are Blood, they go all around the world. Ty Evans is like the Spielberg of skateboard videos. He's the one who really brought this cinematic feel to skate videos. Like, and he directed this. Anything Ty Evans does, I will buy. Don't care. The DC video. This is the one, fucking Danny Way. You built the Mega Ramp, introduction to the Mega Ramp. This video is so iconic. Oh my gosh. And this packaging, I just want to show you this. This is a book. Essentially, I don't really care for how they did this. It's just like a little piece of foam right here, which is kind of cool, but I always get worried about it, you know? But I don't know. This packaging is just really creative. It's literally just a book. It is a hardbound book with a DVD in the back. This is the deluxe edition. This must own. I gotta get protective cases for all these because it's just absolutely great. Flips, Sorry, and Really Sorry. This is a double pack, so it's got both movies, Sorry and Really Sorry. Bastian Salabanzi part in Really Sorry, one of the greatest skate video parts ever made. And this kid was 15, or I think 15 or 16 when he made it. Fucking crazy. And there is a third one. There is a Extremely Sorry, which is not as good. It was like years later, kind of a thing. But oh my god, Really Sorry, so dope. Love the artwork. Love the yellow. Anything yellow, fucking amazing. Jeff Raleigh. Jeff Raleigh, another one who he was sponsored by Vans, and his skate shoe, the Raleigh XL2, I think it was. They brought that back, and I gotta get them. Just they were again another one that I had to have them all the time. They were like my absolute favorite. Chocolate Skateboards, Hot Chocolate. This is a tour video, so a big thing with skate videos also back in the day was they would go on tour and just make a documentary, make a skate video about on tour. Hot Chocolate, fucking amazing. I'm gonna say fucking amazing a lot in this video probably. This, honestly, one of the greatest, one of my most watched, one of my anything with PJ. Is PJ Ladd in this one? I always get not PJ Ladd. Who am I thinking of? What's his name? Mark Johnson. Oh my god, we didn't talk about Mark Johnson's part in Fully Flared. The 3-song ending, like to have 3 songs have that much footage, Fully Flared, amazing. But Chris Roberts, that's who I'm thinking of, and Justin Eldridge. I don't know why I said PJ Ladd. PJ Ladd. Another one I don't own. Well, I have. I'm going to get to it last. But PJ Ladd's Wonderful Horrible Life. Like, big part of my childhood. And there's also so many skate videos I don't own that I need to re-get that I've owned back in the day that have just been lost or something. But Hot Chocolate. Very high recommend. This is absolutely one of my favorites, and basically the sister film to that is 4-star Super Champ. Super Championship Fun Zone? Super Champion Fun Zone. It's like a tongue twister. This is where they go to Japan. This is kind of the same team. Like these are kind of the same companies. This is a skate company. This is more of a clothing company, 4-star, but they're owned by the same people. Absolutely. And I love how they come with clear cases. Like, they really thought about the packaging, you know? But this is just a super fun tour video. Both of these are super fun tour videos, but I don't know. I just absolutely love them. Kids in America. This is another shoe company. So a big thing with shoe companies was skate videos. That was really big in shoes, but it was really skate deck companies and skate shoe companies. America just absolutely killed it. Andrew Reynolds, like, come on. Andrew Reynolds, the front side flip master, the king in this. Like, Brian Herman. Is Brian Herman in this? Yeah, and Kevin Long. Oh my gosh. Kevin Spanky Long. Great video. I haven't seen that in a while. This is the one I wore out a lot. Tony Hawk's Gigantic Skateboard Tour. This was cool to me because they came to Houston. So they came to there was one of the biggest skate parks, one of the most popular skate parks in Houston, in Texas. It's called Southside Skate Park. I used to go there when I was a kid. Like that was like because I grew up an hour and a half south of Houston or east of Houston. So that was like going to the big city and going to the big skate park. One of the first skate parks I ever went to. Like I think we were in 7th, 8th grade. We would just take trips. Our parents would take us. It was weekend things. It was one of the funnest things of my whole childhood. And seeing the skate park back, because skate parks change over time. So this skate park's still here. And like, I don't know, just seeing some of the most iconic people that you grew up watching go to that skate park. Now, I didn't actually go to this event, but I remember when they came and it was like such a big deal. It was so amazing. Paul Rodriguez Forecast. This is a video of Paul Rodriguez. I think he was just starting his own thing at the time, and he just gathered his friends and made this video. Super fun. Super fun video. If you don't know Paul Rodriguez is the reason Nike is as big as it is in skateboarding. Paul Rodriguez was the very first skateboarder to sign with Nike. And that was a hugely controversial thing because Nike was not a skate shoe, you know. But Paul Rodriguez joined with, like, I think he's on like a $2 million contract, something crazy. And he's kind of been the face of it ever since, and kind of brought Nike into that new wave of skateboarding because it's Nike's a dominant in skateboarding right now, which is crazy. Some of the next ones are probably, I'll kind of go through these fast because they're very small, independent ones. But speaking of Southside, they put out their own skate video called Memoir, A Decade of Southside, with some of my favorite local skateboarders. This has very, like, Eric Ostos was a big one. Guru was a big one. There was so many great things around Houston. This is a local video, so I don't know if this is like still available, easy to find. This is all like homebrew stuff, but great video. Same with this one, another local Houston, the Fast Forward flick. This is from who directed this? I want to give the filmmaker a shout out because this is another one where it was just like local skate buddies just making their own stuff. But real fast before I get back into like the mainstream ones, me and my friends would make our own skate videos back in the day. Like, Manifold was my very first skate part as a kid. This was like a big deal to me. And, you know, Como, we made, not Como, A Week in the Life. This was like spring break 2000. Is this 2006? I had just graduated high school. So this is like the spring break. I was just working. Wasn't in college. It was just working at, where was I working at this time? I think I was working at a Burger King. I quit my job the week of this video so we could make this video. Like, it was either Kroger or Burger King. I think it was Burger King. But I had super long hair in this. This is such a time capsule for me. None of these are available anywhere. Like, these are just like homemade stuff. And then Como, which was a film my best friend Dieter made. Dieter made all of these films. He's the reason I kind of got into filmmaking. I always knew I wanted to go to film school, but being a skateboarder and just sitting there watching him edit, like, I would just go to his house, we'd watch skate videos, and I'd like watch him edit. Like, this was my first camera. Like, I brought it over here. My very first camera was this Mini DV. Like, this is what got me into where I'm at today with filmmaking and making a whole career of it. It all started with watching my friend Dieter edit these movies. And that's Dieter on the front right here with the skateboard and the camera. And filming my own stuff. Like, this is what made me. And I think it's important to just remember where you came from. And that's why I do go back and revisit these. Because they are like home videos to me. And they're just so fun. I don't collect tech decks, but I still have a few of my favorite ones. Girl and Chocolate, two of my favorite skate companies ever. I kind of keep these as like decorations in my little shelf, you know. But tech decks, I have one. I just sit at my desk. So anytime I'm just sitting there kind of bored or waiting for a video to render or export, I'll just sit and just kind of play with the little tech decks. Fucking love them. But another thing that skateboard videos released for physical were like they would release these little things. So these are kind of like, this is a full skate video, but it wasn't released traditionally. This is Plan B, Life After Death. Amazing. Oh, PJ Ladd was one of my favorite skateboarders ever. Ryan Gallant. This was like their promo video, and they would release some. You remember like CDs, how they would just have singles, you know, and they would release them in these little cases. So I don't have a lot of these. There's some I just didn't even keep. Like, what was it? Transworld Skateboarding has so many. 411 had a bunch that I had as a kid. And a lot of these I have ripped. Like, back in the day, you know, but before we had jobs and everything, we would go to Limewire or BearShare and you know, make videos and then rip them ourselves. So I still have like Baker 3 on DVD that was like ripped. And I also have, let me get this, which is crazy to me. I still have a binder full of just ripped DVDs that I downloaded online of like some of my favorite films. Stuff that I don't have like actual other physical copies, like Girl, Yeah, Right. Rodney Mullen versus Daewon Song Round 2 is in here. Like all the early 411 Video Magazine issue number 55 is in here. All Zeros videos, Globe, Cliche, all the Trans Worlds, which was my favorite, like In Bloom, First Love, those at the DGK, DVS, Skate More, and there's also Time to Shine, Cheese and Crackers. Do y'all remember Cheese and Crackers, the Daewon Song and Chris Haslam movie? Yeah, fucking amazing. But I also have a bunch of snowboard videos. Snowboarding is another thing that's like, even to this day, one of my absolute favorite physical activities. I don't go as much. I just bought my own snowboard, I think 2 years ago, because I started going again so much. I was just like, I'm just gonna buy one because I didn't want to rent one anymore, But some of these I actually put in little cases. The goal was to put them all in little cases, either like my own little custom ones back in the day. I got Zero and New Blood. What is this? Cliche Hello Joey. So this came in like one of like the little slips like this, but I just took it out and put it in its own case because at the time it was just different. And then I got, this is a snowboard video called Picture This from a company called Mac Dog Productions. Bro, I've never seen a snowboard video that was like this. It's so fucking good. It's so good. And then last, we got more documentaries. We got Don't Look Down, the Shaun White This is his video. This is absolutely top notch. He's got another one. I think it's called the White Album that I need to get. It's on eBay. I just haven't pulled the trigger. It's not that expensive. Some of these are going for like stupid money. Some people actually think that like these are worth like 30, 40 bucks. But sometimes you can actually find them good for like $5 or $6. But Shaun White's Don't Look Down, absolutely amazing. We got The Motivation. Now they made like 3 of these, but this first one, who else was in it? It was, Nigel Houston, Paul Rodriguez, Ryan Sheckler, Bastian Salabanzi. Like, the second one, I think, was, like, more about Chris Cole. It was just about him. And then I think they made a third one. I'm not sure. But The Motivation, for sure. And then last on this list, I remember I think I was in 8th grade. Maybe 7th grade. When did this come out? This came out in, like, 2000 or 2001, I think. Ultimate X, the X game movie. This was like the first IMAX thing I ever saw. Before movies came to IMAX, documentaries would come to IMAX. And I remember we went to Houston. There was a band skate park in Houston at the Marquee. And there was an IMAX theater, like right there. And I remember I was so stoked to go see this. Because it never came to my hometown. I had to drive an hour and a half to go see this. But, oh my God. Like, X Games in their prime. Like, so good revisiting it. And it's only in full screen. It's not, this doesn't have another re-release. And most of these will never get any other kind of re-release. Like, that's kind of how it is. And you kind of accept it for us, especially skateboarding. Skateboarding is one of these things that they still film stuff on these style cameras. Like, it's accepted. Filming HD quality stuff is not as needed for skateboarders. Filming something old school, like on tape, and everything on a VX1000 camera is still done to this day in the skate community. And skateboarding is just massively influential, like not just in the filmmaking side, like with fashion and art and everything, but to look at like where skateboarding started in physical media. And like now we're getting some of this stuff from that are boutique label stuff that we take so much pride into. But, this stuff's been around forever, just in other genres and formats. So this is just something that was really personal to me. This is like my first film collection, essentially. Like, yeah, like we got our I had like Ninja Turtle cartoons on tapes when I was a kid, and my sister and my mom had big collections, but they weren't mine. Like, this was mine growing up. This was like the first real collection that was like niche, and that you would take these over to like what I loved growing up was like one of us would get it, and then we would go to a friend's house, and it'd be like a watch party. Like some of the movies I don't own are because my friend would buy it, and we would just be at his house all the time watching it, so I didn't need to own it. But I guess I wanted to just make this and be like, remember your roots, remember where you came from, and where I came from was skate videos, and I still collect them. I still love them. I still try to skate as much as I can. I'm getting to that age where it's harder finding the time to do it, also being something that was like something you felt you were really good at when you were a kid, and now that you're older, you just kind of suck, and you kind of, damn, I don't want to, I feel embarrassed now because I know in my head I can still do everything, but my body is telling me, nah, bro, your knees and your body just ain't what you're not in the best shape you were when you were, 16, 17, But yeah, do y'all have a collection that is maybe something that is more just yours? Something that you started in. It doesn't have to be just skateboarding, it can be anime. Like, I know people who collect anime that you would like models, because I work a lot with models and what I do for jobs, and then I found out like they buy anime. I'm like, really? You're like a pretty model chick, like yeah, but I like anime, and they actually buy it. So I think it's cool when people have their own version. Like this is my like super niche boutique, Criterion-ish collection. This is my bougie collection. It's maybe not be Criterion. It may not be like, Synapse or some crazy indie label. This is mine. It's skate videos, and I cherish these. I'm still finding these on eBay and picking them up because I love revisiting this and remembering where I came from, and how my physical media journey started was with this.